Hey, what's going on, day ones? This podcast is brought to you by a couple of phenomenal sponsors. First up, we got Rose Vogue Stylings. Ladies, are you in the market for a new purse? What about a new swimsuit? What about some earrings? The folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings, they got you covered. Please go to rosevoguestyling.com. And while you're on the website, please enter in that promo code late night. You want to make sure you're getting all of those amazing discounts. Also, if you are in the market for a lovely timepiece such as the one that I am wearing, please go to blackwatches.com. That is BLAK watches.com and enter in that promo code late night WNate to get another fantastic discount off of quality timepieces. Again, thank you to the folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings and those at Black Watches. Now to the show. Yo. We are back with your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
Filled with the giggles, and this is Late Night with Nate and Adrian. Shout out to the day one. Like, subscribe on all of your podcast platforms. Episode 169 for all you fans out there. Boogie, why are you giggling?
Because we've been doing this for 169 episodes, and this is probably the first time that I forgot that I gotta pull us in when the intro is over. And my ass was like, "Hey, why we ain't in?"
You know what though? Because a lot of times there is the lag or the delay. I was just like, oh, it's the internet, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go straight to blame the DJ, but you know, accountability. That's what this podcast is about. We hold ourselves accountable for you guys, the day ones. But anyways, though. Boogie,
what up?
How you feeling, man? What's been going on with you?
I'm feeling good. I don't know if people recognize the background that I have right now. It's this show called Crapopolis. If you haven't seen it, I'm an adult animation, connoisseur as you have the Bob's Burgers background. I figured I double back and throw in a good one. I think a lot of people don't know it, but they're already 3 seasons in, so they're doing something right.
Had no idea.
Yeah, it's about like back in the Stone Age, but with a comedic twist, so.
So let me ask you this question. Since you are into the animation, is this like an anime? Are you a Naruto? Where do you fall into?
This is a regular, which I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff right there. I haven't gotten, or Sailor Moon, I used to watch that too, but I haven't really gotten into anime just because it's a lot of anime and you gotta really pay attention.
Yep.
Even though, they've obviously dubbed it and made it more Americanized as far as us understanding it. But I ain't got all that damn time. It's a lot of stuff that we already doing. As
you gotta start from the beginning with anime too. You can't just tune in. It's like,
you can't.
To go to the very first season. It's like, nigga, it's 300 seasons.
I can't do that. So, but no, this is one of them Fox for some reason. They just got a hold on all the adult animation. There's another show that I'm gonna eventually watch. And it stars John Hamm. It's like he's a detective.
I think I've seen that one or seen the
Grizzly or something. Yep. I don't know. I gotta check it out. But yeah, again, I don't like all the adult animation. an animation, but when I do like it, I stick with it. So
I want to watch Craig of the Creek. I have been seeing
oh yeah.
some commercials for it. I was like, oh, they be roasting on there. Let me do it.
Yeah, I see. I haven't even gotten to. I've seen trailers of Craig in the Creek, but I haven't gotten into it as well. So I gotta get into that too. So
It's like, let me check it out. Well, that's dope. That is dope. Anything else been going on with you? It's been a decent piece of a week for you.
yeah, it has been a decent piece. We were talking about this pre-production. I don't choose to bring this up, but sometimes the fact that you know what I'm saying? The fact that everyone knows, and I will make it abundantly clear, that I'm from Chicago, there is a conversation or two, people, for example, last night I had a girlfriend said that, she's taking, someone on a food tour here in Philly. And, I took a pause. And, she called
A pause.
she called me a hater, looked at me. I didn't even say anything.
You
But
didn't have to. I already know what you did. In your mind, it was this. This is what you
yeah,
did. Oh,
yeah,
tour boo.
yeah. So again, being born and raised from Chicago, me literally removing myself from Chicago as an adult, it it holds Chicago. Granted, Chicago got its weaknesses, and a lot of things that we definitely need to improve as a big major city. But like overall, there's some things that you just can't compare. And when you go to other cities, you compare, and then you realize like, oh, it ain't always greener on the other side.
I mean, it's not hate. Like
Yeah,
to the Philly people who are looking about, oh, Nate, because Adrian's your friend, you're gonna just ain't going for it. Look, okay, look. I do have loyalty, but I'm not the blind loyalty. I gotta know what give me all
yeah,
the details before I just
yeah.
plant my flag. As a person who is from Michigan, let me put that out there. I am from Michigan, not Detroit. I
Right,
am from Saginaw. So let me
right,
put that out there too.
right.
Ooh, he's from a major city. No, I am not. Okay. But as a Michigander who
Right.
moved to Chicago, who lived there for over 12 years, I can honestly say, no bias, Chicago's food scene is the best food scene in the country. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let me do my ranking
I
because
was gonna say better than New Orleans. You know how
I
people will.
yeah, I was gonna pull that one back. Here's the top three. It is New Orleans, Chicago, New York. That is the
Okay,
top three.
okay.
And the only reason why I will say that New Orleans edges out Chicago, it is the hospitality and the
Yeah,
accents.
it's
Well,
the hospitality, the accents, the smothered fried, lay it to the side.
ain't nothing like hearing baby while you're eating gumbo. Like
Yeah,
it just warms your whole entire body, the
yeah.
beignets and everything. So yeah, that's but where would you, because you are a food connoisseur. And I've eaten with you in multiple restaurants and I
Okay,
see what
talk
you
to.
order.
Yeah, talk to.
So you know how people order this. You just like ain't no well done steaks over here. So
Right.
what
Yeah.
what's your top three rankings?
No, I loved my time in New Orleans. And man, that's when I remember when I was first introduced to oysters was in
Yep.
New Orleans. That's honestly probably the best place to do it. If
Yeah, it
if
really
you're
is.
not on the East Coast, on the mainland in Maine and whatnot, then go to New Orleans, right, down the other
Yep.
coast where the waters, the bayou, as they say, you
Not
know.
getting oysters in Nebraska.
But yeah, I just because I'm a little biased. Chicago's always number one. Then it's New Orleans, and then
Okay.
it's New York, because
Okay.
New York, um, to this day, I've had a great, multiple great experiences
Yeah.
where we've popped up. try something new. And honestly, that's where I really rank the cities. It's like, yeah, the franchises and the most popular restaurants, but can you go down the block in the corner where a neighborhood is and
Yep.
just pop up to a bodega or a restaurant that you haven't seen or heard of and get some well quality food? I can't do that here. And and that's no shade, because you
It's not.
literally, that's no shade, but because you have to know the places where to
Yeah.
go. And that's not something that I'm accustomed to in Chicago. Chicago, you can go to the corner store, to
Get a
the
good
mom and
beef.
pop pizza spot and get you
Yep.
some good ass food.
Get you a
And
beef, a pizza
right,
puff,
come on
no
now.
matter what
It's
stand you hit.
right. And my whole thing is, you are supposed to rep your city.
Yeah.
That's why I don't feel any malice towards people saying like, man, no, this place got better food. Yes, you supposed to think that. But
You're from here.
yeah, but you can't convince somebody that has, and I hate doing this, that has Michelin star
Literally.
restaurants, niggas from Top Chef open up many franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Not
not
only
about to,
that. Hold
yeah.
on, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
No,
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying. No, I'm just saying. You're not about to convince me that your food is better than my city. It's not happening.
Not only that, because you literally said we have Michelin star chefs here. They have a whole TV show, The Bear,
Yeah.
based in Chicago. It's not based in Philly. So what are we doing
All
here? Not
right.
only
Well,
that,
okay. I don't wanna bag on Philly
they
though.
bad on themselves.
I,
But you got to ask those Philly people, though. You really have to ask them, have you been to Chicago? Because or New Orleans, have
yeah.
you ate in those? Because once they've been like, oh, okay, I see what you guys mean. I see what you mean. And like Boogie said, it's not even, you don't even have to have a whole lot of money in Chicago. So it's
Yeah.
not like when she says there's Michelin star, you think, oh damn, it's about to hit my pockets. No, there are Michelin star spots in Chicago
That
where you can
costs
be out
nothing.
under like $80. So you just gotta know where to go. And it's like every neighborhood, it's like 77 neighborhoods. Shout out to Dario and Sarah that
Yeah.
will literally tell you where where all of those the spots are in Chicago. I dare I say, I have not heard anyone big up the Philly food
Oh
scene
God.
outside of Boogie. We got to do it. We're already here. Outside of the cheesesteaks, but everyone says this: don't go to Geno's, don't go to here, don't go to there. Everyone's so. Where can I go to get one consistent cheesesteak? Like, you can't say that, but in Chicago, it can literally. It's not many misses, bro. It's not.
Listen, we have the grease that you need. If you need Italian beef, we got a beef. If you need a piece puff, we got that for you. We got the burgers. We got the
Pork chop
hot dogs.
sandwiches,
We got what you need and then some.
fish.
But yeah, it's just
What's
I
the one out south? The fish sandwich that they be
JJ's fish.
not
We
him.
got
It's the other one with
sharks.
not that one. It's with the cheese on it. You know the one. It's one that they always
Oh, it's a black spot that
yeah. You know what
yeah,
I'm talking
I know who
about.
you talking.
Yep.
I know which spot.
That fish sandwich. You
Yeah,
know the
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
See
yeah.
Philly? See Philly? That's right here.
All
This
right,
right here.
all right.
Right there.
That's it. I ain't wanna make it a long whole soliloquy. I just wanted to say I'm not a hater.
Y'all food's
I'm
trash
not
though.
a Okay, relax. I'm not a hater. I just want to let that be known. I'm not a hater.
Boogie's not, as someone who is also called a hater, Boogie's not a hater. I'm just saying she's not a hater. She's not hating.
What's been going on with you? I felt like I definitely took over that little part.
I mean, you're supposed to. Your name is in the title. That means
That
you can
is
talk
true.
as much as you want.
That is
For me, update do. These ears, Boogie. These
Oh God.
goddamn ears. So I told you guys that I stopped going to my previous primary care because like I feel like you trying to juice your boy for that
God.
copay. Also found out why the copay was so high. She's on a network, and I was like, yeah, I gotta stop going to you.
Oh.
Also, I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to come over to you because you out of network, so we're not gonna be doing this. Go to the new dude, and I was like, okay, cool. Looks in my ears, takes him all of 15 seconds
Mm-hmm.
to be like, you have eczema, and I was like, huh?
You got eczema?
You know,
I got what? Eczema?
that's literally what I said, Boogie. That's
Oh.
literally how I felt, and I was like, in my ear? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I feel like you're lying to me. Although you have the medical degree and everything, because I'm like, I've never heard of anyone. I know a lot of people who have eczema. I've never heard of anyone who has been like, yeah, you can get it in your ears. So I do my quick little Googles right in front of the homie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can get eczema in your ears and your eyes, which I'm just like, what? Why
Wow.
don't they tell people this? So that is what has been causing me all of this irritation. It's not ear infections or anything at all.
Mm.
It is the eczema. Um,
Mm.
and sure enough, did a little swab and everything, and there was like no wax in there. But it was the eczema.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like still kind of baffled because I'm like, what is the purpose of earwax? Like, isn't earwax supposed to keep you
Yeah.
from getting, like dry skin in the ear? I was like, what is going on in my body where I guess the earwax is not doing that? He was like, oh no, it's kind of normal. It's kind of happens, here are these drops, so put me on an antibiotic. He was like, I don't think anything's in there in the form of an infection, but it don't hurt to put you on
Just
these
in case.
biotics. So put those in, and I was like, oh, relief. He gave me these other drops. He was like, this will kind of help with the irritation, but I mean, it's eczema, so you're gonna have to just kind of do what you got to do, but don't put anything down in your ears. So he's like, you can kind of get these little scratcher things, and I was like, all right, cool. Gives me these drops. He's like, these are gonna be long term. Get a couple refills. Homie at the pharmacy was like, yeah, these are not for long term use, and I was
Oh.
like, so the doctor, and he's like, yeah, I get what he's saying, but these are not for long term use. I just want to let you know. So I'm kind of like, what am I supposed to do? I remember the doctor was like, hey, bro, you get this irritation, squirt a couple of these in there, you good to go. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna have to roll the dice and see what happens. I'm gonna get all these refills because I'm like, this eczema, it's just quite irritating, it's just quite a discomforting feeling. So I'm just like, this is my lot in life, and also answer some other questions because I felt like I may have had eczema like on my thumb, but I was like, maybe it's just dry skin. But I
Yeah.
guess this makes sense. Your boy now has eczema. So hopefully, if there's any eczema commercials out there, hit your boy up. I got it. You ain't gotta do paid actor or actor portrayal.
Right.
He's not an actor. He has it, you know. So I mean, that's what's been going on. I also cheated on my pedicure lady, had a
What?
phenomenal pedicure. I know, and especially after I told you I had the best
Yeah.
goddamn pedicure. I feel like, Boogie, I'm gonna have to, because Ann did a phenomenal job. She did. Lee also did a phenomenal job a couple weeks ago. I feel like I'm gonna have to have like a Hunger Games of pedicure ladies.
Okay.
We can battle this out and we can see who is going to
This is hilarious.
who's going to win. And to the point, it's like when you get out of bed and you ground yourself and then you look at your feet, you're like, God damn, and you really did that. So and she gave me her card. She gave me her card. Lee did not give me her card. And Boogie, you know how I feel about customer service. You know how your boy feels about customer
Here we go.
service. She put her name on the card and everything. See you next time. And I was like, oh, those little small details is what's going to have your boy continuing to come back. So I think next time when I get my next appointment, I'm going to schedule Lee, put a little pressure on her.
Oh
Be
God.
like, what you doing? Your girl, and she I'm 1 foot out the door, literally. So everything. It's been a pretty chill week. I showed an art piece to you.
Yes.
So I've been working on. That's what
Yep.
I've been working on. I've been doing
This
that.
nigga got skills, yo. He got real skills in this piece. You know how people just be saying stuff and being like, yeah, which I will say art is subjective. Speaking as an artist myself, I haven't practiced in a long time. But when I see art that I prefer, that I like, I like to say something. And when I saw it, I was like, expecting to see, sticks and
She was like some bullshit.
I ain't want to say all that, but you know how people just get expressive. They do whatever they want. You can, and it might not be what aesthetically pleasing to folks in the general public. But when I saw it, it took me aback. I was like, oh man, you really doing something.
She was like, this nigga actually does know colors.
Yeah, the color scheme and everything. Shout out to you though. No, it's big time.
I appreciate that because I'm very cautious about who to send stuff to because
of course
some niggas do be hating. Back to the hating. But I never, obviously, I've never gotten that from you. But it was just like you're very cautious because it's just like, damn, you're sensitive about what you put out, but also it's like if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's subjective, but to hear it, it's like I do be mixing colors. I do be throwing stuff around from time to time. So I appreciate that. But it can't all be happiness. I do sometimes have to be angry.
You know what really grinds my gears?
AT&T, bring your funky ass over here to the front of the crowd. I don't know why I'm doing this, but since I started, I gotta finish it. The service went out, Boogie.
Oh,
and
wow.
you don't really know the service is out until you need the service. That's the crazy thing about it. And I'm just driving and I'm like, why did my music just stop? And I was like,
damn.
okay. Because you don't ever go to like things that's really important. Like I'm driving, I don't know where I'm going. Why not look at the GPS? It's like, why did the music stop? So the music stops, the GPS stops, everything is just stopping. And I was in the middle of actually about to make a phone call. And I'm like, I'm like, what is going on? No service. So power off, and I'm like, well, I work the phone company. You know what to do. Go through all my little checks and balances. Nothing is working. It is just going straight to like drop call, like nothing is working. So I'm like,
damn.
Reset everything. So me pop in, go into the AT&T store because it was literally right up the street where I was at. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They're like, oh, a tower's now, one of the major ones. I was like, all right, cool. I drive 30 minutes up the street because I had to go that way anyways. Everything is working fine in the next town over, of course. So it's only a tower in my city. Come back, everything's still not working. Next day, I'm like, all right, what's going on? Still not working. Pop in because you can't call anyone. Even Wi-Fi calling is not really working. So I'm like, is something going on with Comcast too? Are y'all in cahoots? So I go in there. They're like, yeah, the tower should have been fixed. We kind of don't know. Boogie, this was Thursday. It's Saturday. And they still don't know what the hell is going on. But we do have the ability to do Wi-Fi calling now. So at least we have that. And sometimes when you turn on the 5G, it does work depending on what phone you have. If you got a newer phone, the newer devices appear to be working. My Pixel 6 is just that. The Pixel 6. I think they're on like the 9 or the 10. I don't know if the service is really out or if this is AT&T and Google's way of being like, hey, nigga, you need to get a new phone.
It's time.
I feel like that is what it is, but also AT&T, I'm gonna need that credit about you. I'm gonna need my little $25. Go ahead and sprinkle that on the bill for your boy, because y'all playing with me. You're playing with your boy. So that,
Hey, I'm with you on that. You hold on to them phones, especially if you paid them outright in full already. Like, listen, it took me 10 years for that $24 a month to get to, you know what I'm saying, to get my phone paid
Hey,
off,
yo.
and you want me to upgrade already? See, that's how that get y'all. Y'all gotta pay attention to these tricks.
That is
y'all
the
do
longest 24 months. Then you
Man.
like doing baby math, like that's 2 years. Like,
Right.
but then you like, I haven't paid this phone off yet. And then you like,
Right.
my nigga, you putting $25 down on $1,000 phone.
Right. What do you expect? Yeah. Listen, I don't care. You gonna talk about my little phone. I got an iPhone 12. What are we on? We are on
Yeah, what
iPhone
are they on?
14 or 16 right now. Listen, you will, and ain't nothing wrong with my phone whatsoever. Yeah.
My thing is, does it still work? Can
Yeah.
I still zoom in? Can I still
Yeah.
do all the same thing?
Yeah.
So what? I can't see an ant's ass crack. I don't care. I can see the ant's face with my phone. I don't have to see every identifying
You
mark.
want to see every nook and cranny around here? No.
My Pixel 6 still works fine, okay?
It might be pixelated, but it's still a pixel.
Hey, look, you can still hear me. It does not matter. Oh man, but we must keep things going, and let's get to some good things going on in the community.
I'm tipping my hat.
Okay, who you tipping to this week?
My tipping is going out to none other than the GOAT himself, Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
I don't know if you guys know this, but he purchased Othello and a number of other playwrights, but this particular play, Othello, just recently debuted on Broadway and shattered records with the 2.6 million Broadway debut. People were out there, multiple sold out shows. People wanted to see him, Jake Gyllenhaal, and another actor. Forgive me, his name has forgotten.
Your name?
Yeah, you know your name, my brother. Doing hell of a work. For those that didn't know, Denzel Washington always talked about Othello. Absolutely loved Othello, as well as August Wilson's plays in general. So shout out to Denzel for.
Didn't he start as Othello, or was it Macbeth? Was it one of them?
I think it was Macbeth and then eventually Othello, because there are a number of interviews where he can still to this day recite all the lines of both plays. And that is just a talent and a skill that you cannot replicate whatsoever, because once I do a show, them lines are out of here. They got to go.
I have a hard enough time remembering my social security number. You want me to remember a play from 30 years ago?
Yikers. Yeah, so shout out to him for sure for really breaking records on the Broadway debut. So
I want to know what type of brain games he does. Like, what?
I don't like
crossword puzzles.
That,
like, no, I'm just saying, like, because to remember something from 30 years ago, it's like, because for people like some of us, we can't even remember what you had for lunch like 2 weeks ago. So it's like you can remember. So what are you doing to keep the muscle, strengthened like that? Especially as you are getting older. There's no knock or anything, but like for real, like what are you doing?
That's a great question.
I'm 37 and I'm foggy sometimes.
Yeah, man, come on now. Listen, I did hear, and I don't know if it's true, if he like cleaned up his health, his diet. He's not drinking as much, because I guess he was a heavy drinker.
Hey man, when you've been in the game as long as Denzel been in the game, you probably be out, social drinking all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really tough if you actually think about it. Like, I had to, my little minuscule little career, even during like when building my comedy career, I remember having to have a conversation with myself like, hey ho, you can't you can't have a drink all the time.
Oh, this is water. You tell people it's vodka, but it's really water. It was just drinking last night, man.
Right. Y'all doing it again? How y'all keep it going?
Are we running it back?
Boy, I know my liver hated me when I first started comedy. Like, hey ho, you can't do that. You can't be like them.
That is what it's bad when you start taking a drink on stage. It's like,
oh my God. Oh, you got a problem.
Oh, he's one of them comics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had a couple of those, and then I realized when you start seeing the people trickling down. Not that there's anything wrong with it, saying that I'm 9 years sober, I'm this year sober. Then you start to
Yeah.
realize, like, oh yeah, this shit was a problem.
Like no lie, but when you do see them with that coin, and you just be like, oh, like you really had an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's a lot of drunks in the industry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it really is. So no, but anyway, shout out to Denzel. That went sideways.
Clip that. We're all drunks.
But yeah, shout out to Denzel. Who you got for your tipping? Let me move on.
My tipping is going to Byron Allen. He scores New York City's priciest real estate deal in 2025 by selling his condo for $82.5 million.
Wow.
The media mogul, he said he's known for his luxury property collection, also owns estates in Malibu, Beverly Hills, and a smaller apartment in New York City.
Shout out to him.
I just want to know how big is it? Like, and when I hear people who say like it was 82.5 million, this sounds like this was a building. This wasn't just an apartment. I was like, bro, how big was the condo? This is one of them ones where Mariah Carey's like, oh no, I own these 3 floors. This is one of them condos.
Yeah. Those are crazy to me because, like, especially in New York, as much as we're expecting it to be, 3 grand floors, it might have been 1,200 square feet.
This nigga sold a shoebox. That sounds about right. And he's like, I don't even got a kitchen, but I got 82.5 million for it.
Yeah.
Actually, we share bathrooms, but they paid. Kudos to him. Byron Allen, you know what? He's one of those stories where a lot of people like, I want to be like this person, I want to pattern my career after this person.
Yeah.
He's one of them ones.
Yeah.
Started out as a comic at like 15 years old, writing for JJ and who's the dudes on the late night shows? Jay Leno and David Letterman, writing for all of them just to see where his career started out from being a comic at 15 years old to owning the Weather Channel. A nigga owning the Weather Channel. Boogie, my little black mind as a youth watcher could never think that you could own the Weather Channel. I was like, you could own the Weather Channel, but also a brother owns this amongst other things. So kudos to Byron. He's really one of those inspirations. All right, let's get to the news. You guys know what time it is. All right, it's time for news you can or cannot use. But I'm first in the rest in power. We've got billionaire mogul and former NBA legend Ulysses Jr. Bridgman died at the age of 71. Years old. A lot of people have heard the story about athletes, they go broke. Junior was one of those ones who made sure that he would never be one of those sad stories. A lot of athletes, actually, Shaq talks about, a lot of other athletes talk about patterning their careers after him. This brother brought up a whole slew of Wendy's. Not just being able to buy up Wendy's, man. This brother also came into being able to acquire Ebony Magazine, Jet. So that also tells you just his business prowess. Now it's Wendy's, Fazoli's, Chili's. He also launched his own Coca-Cola bottling company. There's a lot we can learn from Mr. Bridgman. I actually was looking, I was like, is there a book? Is there anything I can find on this brother? Because I definitely want to read that. So condolences to him. We also lost Jesse L. Kearney Jr. He was a playwright and also a producer in the industry. So definitely condolences to both those gentlemen's families. May they rest in power.
Yes.
All right, first topic for news you can or cannot use. Boogie, the Girl Scout cookies got that poison
I
up
knew it.
in them.
I knew it.
I think this couldn't be that good. You know, it
I
just
knew
had to have some type of addictive properties in them to get us to continue to keep buying the god daggone cookies. But apparently they are unsafe as there are levels of metals and pesticides. And as I'm pulling up the story, a New York woman has filed a $5 million class action lawsuit against Girl Scouts of USA for alleging that their popular cookies alleging that their popular cookies are contaminated with dangerous heavy metals and pesticides. Amy Mayo, the plaintiff, filed the complaint on March 10, targeting the Girl Scouts and their cookie manufacturers, Ferrero and ABC Bakers. The lawsuit claims that the cookies contain hazardous levels of heavy metals such as aluminum, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury, so the big five, as well as pesticides like glyphosate. According to, I know I said that wrong. According to the lawsuit,
We're out here just guessing right now.
man. According to the lawsuit, extensive testing conducted in 2024 found that 100% of the tested cookies, so all of them, were contaminated at least 4 of the 5 heavy metals listed. The cookies were sampled from California, Iowa, and Louisiana to ensure testing accuracy, with results reportedly consistent across all locations. The cookies tested included some of the Girl Scouts' most popular, such as the Thin Mints, the Samoas, the Caramel Delights, the Tagalongs, and the Treefles. In response to the concerns, Girl Scouts of the USA released a statement on February 6th defending the safety of their products. Boogie, what says you? Are you going to continue to buy Girl Scout cookies?
Well, I don't buy Girl Scout cookies. That's number one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Like you better than us, Boogie?
No. I just don't, because you're not about to catch. I don't like cookies like that. I like, if I do like cookies, it'll be plain in, one flavor in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Old ass nigga. Oatmeal.
I know. Listen, I'm not a super sweets type of person. But anyway, I find this awfully terrible timing, because aren't we in the end of Girl Scouts mania right now? Because I could have sworn when I was at work, there was a number of my team members like, Girl Scouts is happening, blah, blah, blah. And we bought a whole heap of, not we, the company, bought a whole, a whole heap of cookies not too long ago. And my partner also brought in some cookies too, because he helped out a friend, and he damn near ate all of the cookies himself. Granted, I did have a couple cookies just to try them, and then it doubled down on what I wanted
to try them.
All right. But yeah, this is terrible timing. Now this headlines come out, this lawsuits come out after everybody already put their money in for these Girl Scout cookies. Listen, y'all can do whatever y'all want with these Girl Scouts. I at some point we gotta learn a better way to teach our kids how to manage money and deal with businesses than selling these cookies. Yeah.
Boogie, there's a better way to be a capitalist, little nigga. You ain't got to sell cookies.
What are you doing with yourself? There's so much better out there for you, okay?
Come under my wing. Get a part of this pyramid scheme.
Oh God. Let me show y'all how y'all really do it. See, these adults be
Forex,
right?
Cutco knives.
Oh God. They're like, have you heard of Herbalife? Remember that? Herbalife?
There's still people out here selling that shit.
Man, y'all some. Okay, let me stop.
Gonna hurt some feelings on that one.
Right.
Oh man.
But yeah, they need to. I feel like if it's, I have no problem with this lawsuit if it happens to actually prove the fact that there's pesticides in these cookies. Yeah, we need to do a grand overhaul of cookies in general, because I've never checked the back of the box, because you're supposed to check and see how many calories and all this other stuff. Kids is out here selling straight up crack to people. You know what I'm saying? Just bad overall food contents for you. So
at this point, I don't even know why they put nutritional facts. Like, they're not reading this. You see the size of their back? They are not reading this.
You said, do you see the size of their back?
It's nutritional facts. Who needs those? I'm gonna eat 6 of these anyways. You know what? It used to be, there was a time in my life I used to be like, serving size, 2 cookies, doubling that. Now I'm like, 2 cookies, I'm gonna eat 1.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm with you on that. As far as serving sizes, you got to pay attention, because it's suggested serving size. That don't mean you got to actually take it.
It's like, oh man, this is one of those ones where I haven't bought Girl Scout cookies in a very long time, but I'm definitely not buying them anymore. 100% of the cookies in 3 logos. It's like, come on, bro. Your whole supply is bad. And 4 out of the 5 of the metals, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So at this point, like, bro, they're just dangerous. And these are those things when you hear people like RFK talking, you gotta get the dyes out of the. This is when you need people like him to be like, hey, maybe he wasn't wrong about some of this stuff, because it's just like, y'all got these little girls out here pushing poison on us. Like, this is crazy. Like, cut it out. Like, no. And now when I walk by, because I'm always so kind when I'm like, nah, I want your cookies. Now I'm like, nah, I want your little nasty cookies. Get out of here. Did you see the fucking report from the USDA? Them cookies killing people. I mean, I won't cuss at them because they look kids, but I'll say, but get your cookies out of here. Let me flip this table over, little girl. This poison. Get out of here. Anyways. God. In other kid news,
this guy here, boy.
Sometimes you gotta let them know, buddy. There was a 4-year-old youth that called the law on his mama because she ate his ice cream. Okay, let's play the video.
I didn't put the video.
Okay, we're not gonna play the video.
I thought you said you was gonna play it. Remember?
You know what? We did. You know what?
This guy here
did say that, but you know what? You know what? Sometimes there do be errors, and this was.
I'm always provide the video, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you don't even have to. You know what? Because we talked about accountability at the beginning of the show. Boogie was like, I didn't, that was my bad. This is Nate's bad. I dropped the ball here as I look for this clip. But there was a young youth that, as I found the clip here, he called the federales.
Police.
What's the address of emergency?
My mommy is in bed.
Okay. What's going on?
I will come and get my mommy.
Okay, what's going on?
No, come get my mommy.
You know you're... Hi, what's going on over there?
Because you said he was going to call 911. No, I don't need to call the police. And I just told her to come and get my mommy. And I just told her. And I just had to...
So his mom ate his ice cream, and here we are. So what says you, Boogie? What would you do if first of all, how do you feel about the situation? And then what would you do?
I have no feelings for the situation. The little kid did what he had to do. Little boy was like, hey, what my ice cream at? Wait. You ate my ice cream, mommy? Now you told me there's consequences for our actions. So I'm just supposed to let this go? Oh no. I'm about to do exactly what you taught me. I'm about to call them peoples. I'm about to call the 12.
So you're saying moms raised a snitch? Is that what you're saying?
Raised them
Mom
right.
raised a snitch. Okay.
Raised them right. Cause I'm a tell.
I also am a civilian, so I'm a tell too. I don't be dwelling in unscrupulous activities. So if you plan on doing them around me, just know I'm not going to jail for you. This is one of them things where I was like, hey, little homie, I understand how frustrated you are because it probably was some really good ice cream, but also it's mom tax, little homie. This is mom tax. One day you're gonna understand, little homie, when you become a dad, you become an uncle, whatever, or when you just become the older brother, when you just in charge, mom, dad, leave you in charge. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat your ice cream. You gotta chalk it up to that, if I'm the moms, gotta watch little homie because he the ops. At any given moment, she ain't tie my shoelaces right. I'm calling them peoples on you. I'm calling them peoples. You ain't cut the corners off. The crust on the sandwich. I'm calling them peoples. The only issue that I have with this situation is this can be very dangerous.
Oh, of course.
If you get some trigger happy cops who rushing over there and they already don't like black folks, this could have ended very badly with them not even letting you explain what was going on. So obviously he's 4 years old. There needs to be that conversation. If we only call 911 when it's an emergency, call dad, call your sister, call
anybody else
when your mama eats your ice cream. But don't call the law because your mama could get taken away. A lot of bad things could happen. I remember my dad saying to me and my brothers, you can call the law on me if you want to. Your bags better be packed and you better be gone when I get back.
Yep.
I very much so remember that conversation, and it was like, oh, this is not one of them households where you get to call 911. And we've heard many comics, many black parents tell that joke. Yeah. I'm beating you 911 and the one. I'm gonna call them for you. This is one of them ones, and I looked in the comments, and so many people was like, I played around. I called 911. I got whooped. I got beat. And I did it one time, but I called 911 one time. I hung up the phone. Didn't know they called back. That was the thing. I didn't know they would call back. They called back. And my mom was like, no one here called 911. And it was, ma'am, someone did. Did you call 911? I didn't know. I got the most sternest talking to. I was scared out of my life.
You gonna know now.
Very rarely does Sharon ever get to that point. She scared the shit out of me to the point where I was like, I don't want to call 911 now for anything. It's like that's one of them things where you just don't play around with. So, but I'm glad it worked out for both of them. Another situation that was beyond crazy, and we do actually have a video. This one. There's an American influencer who's facing backlash, rightfully so. The Aussies are upset. She picked up a baby wombat. Boogie, let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Influencer under fire after she posted video that showed her grab a baby wombat away from its mother. Eva Pilgrim here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Sam Jones refers to herself as a world-traveling cowpoke. Well, on a trip to Australia, she posted that video of herself with a wild baby wombat on her Instagram to her 92,000 followers. And let's just say the Aussies were not amused.
The Aussies?
This morning, an American hunting influencer sparking backlash overseas.
She's a hunter?
After posting video of herself taking a baby wombat from its mother.
Just caught a baby wombat.
In the video, you can hear the baby wombat screeching as Sam Jones runs across the street with it to a car, the mother chasing after her.
Hey, Mama's right there, and she is pissed. Let's let him go.
The video ends before you can see if the baby and mother are reunited. The response to Jones's post sparking outrage. Australians now calling for her to be deported. She has since taken the video down. Wildlife experts say taking a baby like that is not only distressing for the animals, it may also be against the law.
Distressing for us. the hell?
Oh, I'll let you go first on.
Yo, I feel bad for the wombat mom. Mama Wombat just wanted to live her life and with the baby wombat, and this Karen of an influencer had to come in and play. See, that's why I don't. This is why I don't like nature in general. But but just to top it off, people out here just willy nilly grabbing babies. You grabbing now when all the wombats come together and they find you, like how they did the bear found that woman after months and months. It only take one time. She sniffed around. She was like, "Oh, so you're not gonna put my child down? You're not gonna put my baby down? All right. Watch
The
what
elephant
happens."
came back. The orcas, they out
Come on
here
now.
flipping over boats. Like they tired of our shit. Got to use these terms influencer very loose because we see a lot of these people online who are just picking up and doing the Steve Irwin jumping on snakes. Oh, this is a Western diamondback rattlesnake, and it's like, why are you touching it though? And even if you know that, do you have a biology degree? Do you have a degree in animal science, whatever they call it? I don't know the proper term of it, but I'm sure it's animal science. Just what are we doing here? I saw the prime minister. He was like, why don't you try that with like a baby crocodile? And it's just like some of these things, it's just like, why would you even do that? To think that to touch to touch an animal, that's that when you aren't properly trained, that's beyond crazy. But to take a baby, because you wouldn't take a human baby, so why the hell would you take? I mean, hold on. Some of these influencers might. Some of these influencers might actually walk up to someone and take a baby out of a stroller and think it's funny and watch it. So they might actually do that. I wish the wombat would have scratched her the fuck up. I've actually watched videos of like the actual trained people because some wombats have mange. Like some of the ones like in New Zealand, some of them areas. So they will catch them and they treat the mange on them. And I'm like, that stuff is disgusting. So I'm actually hoping that she gets the mange from that. I did see that obviously the video's been taken down. She's flown back to the US. I hope they take her visa away. I hope she's not allowed to ever step foot back in there. And honestly, I hope they hit her with them charges because they said it could be illegal for non-trained people to touch them. This is crazy. And I actually went down a rabbit hole of some of these stories. There was a family or people in Asheville, North Carolina, they picked up bear cubs. That might have been the one you were talking about. Is people in Colorado who get close to the deer and the elk. It's like, what are y'all doing? It's like animals are big. And if you get gored by a buffalo because you want to go up to them in Yosemite, that's your fault. And I don't think they should kill the animals afterwards because it's like y'all are infringing on their territory. And for whatever reason, you think this is Animal Planet. So when the animals do what animals do, if you just happen to walk away with a number, that's your repercussions for doing what you're not supposed to be doing. Leave the animals alone, especially under this guise of being an influencer.
That's wild to me. That's wild.
Another wild story. Boogie, did you ever ran track? Did you ever run track when you were in high school?
I ran a fake cross country with the shot put and discus family.
Oh man!
So yeah, because that was the last. It was the last heat. They like to do that for us that don't be really running. So
AKA that's also the fat people race. I was also a part of that as a shot putter. You know, it is what it is, Boogie. You know what it is. That's when all the real track athletes they raced. They get to rest, eat their little orange slices with all the fat football players, and like you said, we go out there and we run the 4x4. But never has there ever been a part of your track career, however long or short it may have been. Have you ever seen anyone ever get hit in the head during the relays?
Gotta be honest, this is a new one for me. Just hearing about this story and just seeing the video. Yeah, this is a tough one. I gotta be honest. This is a tough one.
It's insane to me. In my short track career, ran the 4x4. Shout out to all the big niggas out there running the 4x4. Never has this ever happened. Never. You're always you're never at a point where you're outside the lane to where you're hitting someone like that. Like, even you understand there could be some bumping and things like that, but that never happens. And the excuse that old girl made, oh, my running motion. We all saw the video, girl. But for those of you who are living under a rock, there was a track meet in Virginia. They were coming around the curve, and old girl just wailed on one of her competitors in the head with a baton, causing the young girl to stumble.
Yep.
She had a concussion. Her team was disqualified from the meet, but it has taken such a social media turn as to where it has been a lack of accountability. There was no apology right off the bat. I believe they said the apology came shortly after from the parent and the school. But it's been some doubling and tripling down from the girl who caused the incident, and it's been quite crazy. Like, and the people supporting it. I believe we do have a video.
That we do.
Tonight, the community is rallying around the Portsmouth athlete at the center of this viral video. The clip appears to show Icy Norcom track star Alayla Everett hit another runner with a baton during a state championship race earlier this month. Everett, who is now facing a misdemeanor assault and battery charge, tearfully addressed the crowd tonight, saying what happened was an accident. But the family of the athlete who got hit says the strike left her with a concussion. Shane Fordham has more.
The community held a rally today here at Icy Norcom High School to show support for Alayla Everett and her family.
We stand for Alayla Everett! We stand for Alayla Everett!
This is a good time to show that we can stand behind this young lady and show we support her.
I said,
Alayla Everett was running the 4x200 event in the Virginia High School League Championships when the incident happened. The video shows Everett swing a baton, which made contact with Brookville High School junior Kaylin Tucker in the back of her head.
I just felt a bang on my head, and then I fell off the track immediately.
Alayla's father, Genoa Everett, says the incident was accidental, and Tucker came too close to his daughter when coming around the curve, causing Alayla to lose balance. Tucker's mother told ABC News she doesn't believe it was an accident.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
Yeah, that was.
On Wednesday, we learned from the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office from the city of Lynchburg that a petition was issued for assault and battery. Since the footage has gone viral, the Everett family says Alayla has received backlash from across the nation and has even received death threats.
She should.
It bothered me to my heart to see how the whole world was dragging this young lady based on what they thought they saw.
The Everett family has experienced racial slurs, they've experienced death threats, and we think unequivocally that those things are unacceptable.
The NAACP released a statement this week saying they are currently reviewing the circumstances surrounding the case, and in the meantime, they send their prayers and best.
Why does the NAACP always gotta be involved with everything?
Yeah, this is one of the ones where I'm like, okay, should she be called racial slurs? Absolutely not. This isn't. Why? There's two black people. What are you other people stepping in here doing? Y'all just want to be racist and malicious. Like, I'm gonna call you out on your trash. Like, you don't get to do that at all. This having a press conference and a rally for the girl who hit the girl, this is crazy.
This is weird.
And we got to stop doubling and tripling down on people's bullshit. We talked about accountability earlier. Boogie held herself accountable. I held myself accountable. We got clips now. This is one of them things where just say you're sorry and admit what you did was wrong. You was getting smoked. Yes, there might have been some bumping. Sometimes that happens, but nowhere in the history of track. We've been watching track since the Olympics. The Olympics still going on back in Greece, and even back in them days, they was not beaming people in the heads. Like, what are we doing here? Like, stop it. We all saw it. Even track people have been like, hey man, there's no running motion where you just like, bam, like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy that the crowd of people is like, man, you got to stop with the foolishness, y'all. Cut it out. And they did upgrade those charges, by the way. They did.
Yeah.
It's an assault charge.
These are high schoolers, right?
Yep. One girl was a junior, the other girl was a senior.
Yeah, these are high schoolers, and it looked like to me she had a vendetta out to old girl, because the way that her arms was moving originally prior to the actual attack, didn't look like she was, swatting out flies and heads from previous arm, motions. This was, I don't know. This is a weird thing. Maybe she had a flashback from, hitting someone and it just came back.
Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, accidents happen. If you didn't intentionally do that, then why didn't you say sorry initially?
Yeah, exactly. That was Trump. That it was like, hey, I literally, you didn't apologize or anything.
Yeah.
The death threats, like I said, those are crazy. The calling, those are crazy. You should not get that. But the vitriol that people are giving you, you got to take all that. Like it is what it is. This is not one of those. Again, I don't know. People just ranting over dumb shit. I would ask this question to the young lady: do you always hit other opponents that are smoking you?
Whoa.
That's what I want to know. Whoa. Because if this is because you were getting smoked, so or maybe the other opponents dust you so bad you don't even have a chance to get close enough to them.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. So maybe old girl was just kind of toying with you, like, I know I could beat you. I want you to at least feel like you're in this race. When I hit this curve, I'm gonna turn up the juice. She turned it up, and you was like, bam. That's
even if the other young lady was talking shit, that doesn't give you the right to swing off of her.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
With a baton. Like I'm sure they was probably talking shit talking as they're running, which is that's already an accomplishment in itself. You out here trying to run a 44 and
yo slow ass, you slow.
Like, what the hell? Yeah, I honestly, I just hope first of all, I know she's gonna learn her lesson, because now that everyone
lesson learned, man.
Yeah, and now that everyone knows who you are, and this has gone way too viral. People are actually talking about this left and right, and the fact that we're talking about this, this is gonna stick with you for a while, buddy.
This is also one of those things where, if I'm a college coach and I was bringing you to my program, I gotta really, I gotta really make certain that your mental is there if I even want to keep you on scholarship, because you might be getting dusted by someone at LSU, and then it's just like, wham, like, what are we doing here? So,
I've heard about dropping batons, slipping batons, but not swinging batons.
You might fall and trip up the person in the other lane beside you. Cool runnings, but never has it been bam. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's weird.
What are we doing? I honestly, Buggy, there could have been a y'all niggas tripping.
Yeah, good point.
Who you got this week for y'all niggas tripping?
My y'all niggas tripping is going out to none other than the Black American Captain Guy superhero himself.
Nigga bird, as Kev on stage just said.
Wow. Anthony Mackie. He recently did an interview chatting it up with was it Complex or he did an interview with Pivot, and he said some really interesting things. I have a video. Let me play it real quick.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all this shit. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community.
As he looks.
We tell our kids that
he's like,
and this is fresh on my heart. Like, I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster. But somebody said, you. You're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off.
All right.
You know what I mean? And because of that, I don't know what that what that emotion or that feeling is.
I'm gonna turn it
It's
up.
a scary thing because I went to all the programs. I've done Broadway. I've done off Broadway. I've been in the business 24 years. I've been in 2 Academy Award films. I've done independent films. I've done major motion pictures. Now I'm Captain America. So now what?
Hold up.
All right. Well, listen,
Star
guys.
Wars, nigga. That's what's next.
Listen, guys. I know what he was trying to say. I get it. Meaning it's not about who you what you do, is about who you know. I understand. But to share that idea, that notion that your hard work won't get paid off is pretty asinine. Like, there are tons of examples in the industry that he so-called says that he's in right now that they're proof that their hard work and consistency has granted these folks the success that they currently have. Again, I think he's misconstruing about networking and understanding the ins and outs of whatever business that you want to dive into is different than we lying to our kids and telling our kids not to work hard and get into programs. And nigga, you wouldn't know anything about any of the things that you know unless you took those programs, unless you did the work. You know,
Exactly.
it's a saying that says it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. That goes with literally anything and everything that you want to do in whatever industry. It's going to take time, hard work, and consistency in order for you to completely lean into what you want to do and find that success that you quote unquote want in life. So, yeah, Anthony Mackie, shout out to you and your illustrious career, 24 years, Captain America, but you're wrong for that, bro. I gotta be honest. You're wrong. And I think the athletes on that podcast was looking like, all right, let me see where you going. Let me see where you going. Oh, okay. No, I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you're going. So
yeah, because I agree with you 100%. I was also lost with the guys who can hit harder than you. I feel like if those guys that could hit harder than them, those guys would have also got drafted as well.
Job as well.
They don't just leave guys who can catch better than, unless you really have an issue. Like I'm sure a majority of those guys who were better than them were drafted. That's the whole purpose. But he had a lot of interesting takes, and I think this whole success giving thing that has to be looked at from a lens of what industry you are in.
Of course.
For some people's industries, it may take you 2-3 years versus the entertainment industry. Yeah, nigga, it's going to take you 20. Most people don't pop like that. Even child stars, you had to be in a couple of things before you really pop like that. Right. Which is why I hate that notion of being like, oh, industry plant. Those, these motherfuckers have been here. The masses just don't know them yet. They literally have been working.
You just didn't recognize,
right? Like we know them. Oh, he was in this now. He was actually like y'all just don't know. Goes back to what you said about networking and certain people. You know the people who are networking. You know them. You know the comics. Those people is just like they're in they networked very well and they have put themselves in great positions and around good people. That also does not mean they did not work to get in those rooms. I can't network with you if I don't even have an opportunity to get into the room. So I had to do the work to get to that fucking room. It's just stupid when people say stuff like that. are there situations where who you're connected to, yes, things may be given to you, but you still have, in most cases, like you said, you got to put the work in to get there to be successful.
That's the exception. Again, there are a number of exceptions that people, for some reason, think is the rule. That's just what happens, and I think that's why Anthony Mackie said it that way, because he's experienced a number of exceptions where he's seen like, oh damn, they just gave him this role just out of nowhere.
And even some of that, I still think we don't know all those conversations though.
Yeah, we
and
don't.
again, it's like,
we don't
Anthony
know
Mackie, bro, you're not at every audition. You're not at every studio, every network to know. So again, if I'm not hanging around Adrienne constantly, I don't know what Adrienne is doing, or she's on this. I don't know what you're doing. So when I see you pop out on something, it must be, that's what you're ingrained to kind of think that they were necessary. You know, the ones who've been given, but it's not like that. And also this notion of success, bro. If your child goes out here and starts a business, they're a success. Just starting it, getting up, they're a success, especially as a Black person. If you graduate from college as a Black person, you're a success. We got to stop putting success on these things where it's like, if it's not, I don't have a Bentley, if I don't have, if you're just able to take care of yourself, that's you are a success story.
Yes.
So that notion of success is given, like, come on, bro. It goes back. You did the work to get yourself here. You are a success. So cut that shit out. He also has some weird takes on masculinity and Jordans. And this weird thing with niggas and masculinity now, it's just like, bro, I don't ever remember those conversations as a teenager growing up with my dad about the whole, this is men, I'm a man. I just don't remember those conversations. And maybe it was there were definitely life lessons, but it was never just I didn't need to know how to use a screwdriver to feel like I'm a man. There's just this weird thing of like, this is what men do. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
He's also you got to remember, he's also in a different age bracket. He's a lot older than what people might think he is, and that's because he takes care of himself. He's a Black man, but yeah, his ideology of a lot of things really is interesting. Not to say that it's to say that it's wrong, because everyone has their opinion, and they grow up and raise their their children however they want to. But I will say it does like raise some flags when it comes to how you raise your children into understanding the world overall, and I think he has children.
He's got a couple sons.
I hope he
had this weird take on not buying his kids Jordans, because blah, 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 blah. You know how niggas always, you're not going to be a good person if you get Jordans. I gotta make you go through this Jordans. It's just like, bro, just raise your kids how you want to raise them, but leave us out of the bullshit.
Who do you got for your niggas?
My y'all niggas is tripping is going to all of these salty ass people who are upset with Angel Reese and the WNBA players for saying they're prepared to strike. She's been on her podcast. A lot of other WNBA players have been saying, yo, we want more money. We should get paid as the NBA players get paid. And they are prepared to strike. And yada, yada, yada. Yes, we get it, niggas. Yes. You gotta sell tickets. You gotta sell. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things that go into play when it comes to them getting paid more money.
Yeah,
we get all of that. But also the flip side of that is you can still put a little bit more into the pot for them until you get to that point to where all of those things are kind of hand in hand like that. It's just that silly notion of them telling people, well, we're not gonna watch. You think that's gonna help if you guys protest? They're just gonna get some other women to step in here and blah 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 blah. And it's like, who cares? Y'all niggas strike for 25 cents more or 15 cents more, whatever it is, on the jobs that you have. So who are you to go out here and tell these women that they can't protest for what they want.
Yeah.
And you niggas weren't watching the WNBA games anyways. So getting on here to be like, well, now you're going to lose more viewers. You weren't one of the viewers to begin with. You just want to get on here and spout this bullshit rhetoric to keep these women down. Shut the hell up. Let them get their money, and their protest, should they decide to do that or whatever, is going to affect the people who are the ones who watch it. It's going to affect the pockets of the people who it's intended to. But all you guys who are out here just trying to be just fucktards for the sake of being fucktards, cut it the hell out. Cut it out.
Yeah, I never really understood or get why men especially feel the need to have to, because to me it seems like, granted, you know, since she's got into the WNBA, there's been a lot of scrutiny, but for me it just seems like a lot of men are really leaning towards making it a point to bash or just talk ish in general about every perspective and opinion that she has. And it's kind of like, it's getting old, honestly. It's really getting old.
It's beyond old. It's a goofy hate train. A lot of these niggas, let's call it what it is. You hate her because, one, you can't pull her, because some of y'all are just some old ass, perverted ass niggas, so you shouldn't be trying to pull her from that aspect. You couldn't pull her from the aspect of you don't have juice, you don't got the bread, you don't like those aspects, you don't like that she's taller than you. So a lot of you short kings out here are just furious for a whole lot of reasons, for things that just don't make sense. Because you don't tell the niggas who are like, well, I'm going to set, you don't tell them that when they don't show up to camp or any of these things for more money, bro. So don't tell them that when we know historically what it is. I'm proud of them for starting that other league that they started.
Oh yeah.
Do I know the name of it? No.
Unrivaled.
I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I would be a casual. I know that there's another league, and I've seen the clips, and I'm proud of them, and I hope that expands more to get them what they need. But I'm not opposed to anyone sitting your ass down to get what you want. You know? So hey, kudos to her, and all you goofy asses, leave her alone. Let's get to the final topic.
Give me a second.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
There was a weird video going around of a weird person in Pennsylvania, and Boogie said it before. I'm gonna say it for her. No, this is not an attack on the state of Pennsylvania. We know the last couple of shows there's been a lot of Pennsylvania topics. This is not that, but this is a very creepy ass person going around doing this.
Yeah.
And yes, I believe we do have a video.
An individual in disguise is giving creepy clowns a run for their money.
Police in central Pennsylvania are searching for someone who calls themselves the Box Demon.
It's as terrifying as it sounds. They identified themselves to a homeowner through a ring camera in North York Borough in York County yesterday. The suspicious person wore a homemade paper plate mask and was carrying an empty box.
The homeowner did not recognize the person and does not know what Box Demon refers to. The person left the packaging on the porch and walked away.
Don't come to my house.
No.
Don't come to my house.
Bob says you're gonna get hit with the blicky.
Hey.
Wow. You live in Pennsylvania, Boogie. So
all right.
How do you feel about there being a box demon on the loose in your state?
This is gonna be a very bougie statement. I don't care. I don't know
where central Pennsylvania's at.
First of all, I don't know where North York is, and I got a doorman before.
Okay, flex on them, Boogie.
Granted, I got a little security that they don't remember me, but when they do,
They're like,
you know,
she looks like she lives here.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That this is wild. I feel like this, especially in 2025, people are really just out here just trying to get a riot, just trying to get people scared, just trying to get people to evoke emotion in some way. And can we just let it be? Like, there's already so much stuff happening in this world. We don't need other people getting creative. Like, what can I do to torment more people? Like, come on, yo. Let's get away from all of this. I hope they find this guy or person.
It was a woman.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, the video I watched, it was an it was creepy. It was a woman.
Oh, well, tell her ass to arrest her or something. Shit.
This is one of those ones where I literally feared for my life. And this is one of them ones where shooting through the door.
Yeah.
If I were on that jury, innocent. Why are we even here? This is also one of those ones where people that have garages or back doors, they might walk around that corner and they might get you from
the back door.
Hey, you know, it's crazy, it's creepy, it's dangerous on so many levels because a lot of people are strapped now. And even if it's not a gun, there's a lot of things people have in their homes that can hurt you. There's a lot of tools in the garage that can end your life. And that's not a threat. That's just like, yo, what are you doing at 2 o'clock? At 2 o'clock in the morning? If it's not an animal, my senses are already alerted
already
to the camera. Who's moving around the camera? So I'm already thinking of, do I have to grab something to protect myself in case you're trying to get in here at 2 o'clock in the morning? My family's upstairs sleeping, or even if it's just me, I'm you gonna meet your maker, bro, or ma'am.
Yeah, it's I remember somebody knocked on our door like the other night, and it was like at 10, and we was like, who is it? Who? Hey, grab some scissors real quick. Granted, you have to.
I'm
you
not
have
even
to have
answering.
Yeah, we didn't. We just looked, but this is like, there's too many situations that we've seen where people are knocking on doors, opening people's apartments, thinking that there's theirs or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. As a Black American, these are things that we do not find funny, hee hee ha ha, at all. You will literally get your ass hurt for doing dumb stuff like that.
York, Pennsylvania sounds like one of those areas where you can do stuff like that, because you ain't doing this in Philadelphia. You're not doing this.
Yeah.
That's not even that's
not a go up to North Philly and try that. Yeah.
There's certain cities, it's white people in Philly don't play this. They be like, oh, the Johns, what are we doing here? Like, this is one of them ones where Chicago, you're not doing this. This is one of them sleepy towns where it's like, no, nothing going on over here. Like, because this is not happening in.
Yeah, because them YNs won't find this funny whatsoever.
It's not happening in Cleveland.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? It's just Miss Box Demon, whoever the hell you are, this might want to be your even homie, the news caster was like, don't come to my house. Bob was telling you.
Bob knew. He was like, don't bring your way over here now.
When a white man tell you some shit, he got them things.
He is strapped. And Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, is a red state, and it's a
Can't y'all carry in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe you can carry. So, hey,
I've got that thing. You got them things. Oh, the purge! I've been waiting for this.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, just cut it out. Cut that shit out. Before we get up out of here, let's get to the nothing blunt fact. What you're saying, like, Nate, you might be high. I could be. Nate, you hit me in the gut punch. What are we doing here? I will say this: with the temperatures getting in the the warms. I don't know where I'm going with this. Because hi. With the temperatures climbing up there.
Where are we going with this?
Get outside. Go enjoy yourself. Even if you walk to the mailbox, if you just go and just plant your 10 toes in the grass, just wiggle your feet in the grass. Go outside, get the rays, get rid of all of that seasonal depression. Get ready for your regular depression. Just go out there and get those rays. Soak it up and just enjoy yourself. This is pre-cobblestone weather.
Yeah.
Break the grills out. Invite your peoples over. Even some people you might not like. Go have some fun, y'all. Go do it. That's another butt flag for the week. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, Boogie. Started off kind of rough, but we ended where we ended at. Episode 169 in the can for all you freaker ass noodles. Might as well title this accountability. Boogie was accountable. I was accountable. This is what we do on Late Night with Nate. We are the Accountability Podcast. Shout out to the day ones. We appreciate y'all for holding us accountable and being here with us from the beginning. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. I think I might have took Boogie's line, but
no, you always say like and subscribe, but also definitely want to remind you guys to smash that bell so you can get notified as soon as our content drops. And always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that friend that this is your favorite podcast and they should be listening to it as well.
I got nothing else. Boogie said it all. This is your favorite late night podcast. And sometimes shoot of the day. I'm the guy.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And we're up out of here. Bombs and bells.